Good morning, afternoon or evening from whenever or wherever you are watching this video from. I am Jack Adamas back with the final week of the season, episode 38, game week 38 in the Premier League. Let's get straight into it. We start game week 38 at 4 p.m. on Sunday where we have Bournemouth hosting Leicester. Bournemouth, after losing to Man City on Tuesday 3-1 away from home, they now can't get in that 8th position, which is likely enough to get you playing European football next season. But they do need to win here so they can finish in the top half of the table. Although Leicester have already been relegated, they are finishing off the season strong, and they are in their current longest unbeaten streak with 3 matches, with 2 wins and 1 draw in that time. So come full time, they will be looking to make that 4. Leicester have conceded 2 or more goals in 15 of their 18 away matches in the Premier League so far this season. I think that will continue here, and I reckon it'll be 16 out of 19 come full time as Bournemouth get the win here in a 2-0 victory. Next up, we have Fulham at home to Man City. Fulham beat Brentford last weekend, so they did have a chance of finishing in the top 8, but then with Brighton beating Liverpool midweek, that is now mathematically impossible, so a 9th place finish is the highest they can achieve this season. Realistically, City only need a point here to secure Champions League football again next season, but with them winning 9 out of the last 11 games of the season, all fingers are pointing for them to get the victory in this one. Marco Silva has lost all the 14 matches he's come up against a Pep Guardiola side, a trend that will continue to 15 here, as I can see Man City winning their 2nd game in a row with a 3-1 victory. Next we travel to Portman Road where we have Ipswich at home to West Ham. Ipswich do need a victory here if they are to finish in the 18th position this season, but with them losing all 8 of their last 8 home league matches, things aren't looking good for them as they do prepare to play Championship football again next season. West Ham aren't in any great form themselves though. They did get a victory away to Manchester United, but they did follow that up to a loss at home to Champions League contenders Nottingham Forest last time out, and they have lost their last game of the season in all of the last 3 seasons. Neither Ipswich or West Ham have won a game when they have conceded first this season, a trend which will continue here as I can see this one finishing in a 2-2 draw. Next we travel to Anfield where we have the Premier League winner vs the FA Cup winner as Liverpool host Crystal Palace. Champions Liverpool will be looking to sign off the season with a victory here before they lift the trophy at full time. They will have to do something that they've failed to do since being crowned champions, which is win, which they haven't done in their last 3 matches. A big congratulations to Crystal Palace for winning the FA Cup, and Crystal Palace do come into this game on a run with 7 games unbeaten, with 4 wins and 3 draws, including that FA Cup victory over Man City. And if they do get another victory here, they could end the season as FA Cup winners and a top half finish in the Premier League. Liverpool have scored 2 or more goals in 31 games so far this season, which is a Premier League record. I reckon they will continue that to 32 come full time, as I can see them winning in a 2-1 victory here to sign off the season as champions with a victory. Next we have Manchester United at home to Aston Villa. Manchester United's worst season in more than half a century was solidified as they did lose that Europa League final on Wednesday to Spurs, and if they do follow that up with a defeat here, it means they will have 19 defeats so far this season, which means they have lost 50% of their games so far this season in the Premier League, which is absolutely bonkers for their standards. Aston Villa need their 4th consecutive victory in a row if they are to be playing Champions League football again next season, and they are on a run of 9 wins in their last 11 matches. However, with that being said, Manchester United have only beaten Everton more times than they beat Aston Villa in their Premier League era. Aston Villa have won their last 3 matches, keeping 3 clean sheets in that time. I reckon this will be 4, and I reckon it'll be a 4th clean sheet for Emi Martinez, in which is going to probably be his last game for Villa, as I can see Villa getting the victory here in a 1-0 win. Next we travel to St James's Park where we have Newcastle at home to Everton. Newcastle know a victory here will secure Champions League football next season, which will be their 2nd season out of the last 3 where they've been playing Champions League football. They are on a good run of form though. They have got 9 victories in their last 10 matches, although they did suffer a defeat last time out to Arsenal away from home. Everton come into this match though on a good run of form themselves with back-to-back victories in their last 2 matches, and both of those victories came with a 2-goal margin. Since David Moyes has been back in the Everton dugout, only 4 teams in the Premier League have picked up more points than him, but with Newcastle being one of them, I think they will sign off the season strong here with a 3-0 victory. Next up we have game of the weekend, which I'm calling the Champions League battle, which sees 7th place 5th in the Premier League as Nottingham Forest host Chelsea. Nottingham Forest, after beating West Ham last weekend in a 2-1 victory, they still have a chance of playing Champions League football next season. However, those ambitions are in jeopardy as it isn't in their own hands, but all they can do is win here and just hope that results go their way elsewhere. Chelsea know that a win here will all but guarantee Champions League football next season, as they have got a significant goal difference over Aston Villa, but they do know that even if they get a point here and results go their way, they still can make it into the Champions League. My prediction for this one may be leading more towards hope rather than me actually thinking through this one. But with one loss in their last 5 meetings against Chelsea, and with Chelsea only scoring 7 of their 28 goals on the road against teams in the top 13, I am going for Nottingham Forest to win here, and I'm going for them to win in a 2-1 victory. Next up, we have Southampton at home to Arsenal. Southampton will be happy that the end of the season is here, as they are having one of the worst campaigns in the Premier League history. They have appointed Will Steele as their new manager to get them straight back into the Premier League though, which is a positive as I reckon he is the man to do so. Arsenal, after all but securing a second place finish for a third consecutive season, will be looking to finish off the season strong here, and they have got the most victories on final day, more than any club in the history of the Premier League, with 22 victories on the last day of the season. And that is something that will continue here, making it 24 wins on the final day of the season, as I can see them winning here in a dominating 3-0 victory. Next up, we have Tottenham at home to Brighton. Tottenham's 17-year wait for a trophy is over as they lifted the Europa League on Wednesday, which means that although they probably will finish 17th in the Premier League this season, they will be playing Champions League football next season. And on top of that, it means that Ange Postecoglou has delivered us one of the greatest quotes in football history, so hats off to Big Ange. Brighton are still playing for something this season. They're playing for that 8th position, which is more than likely they will be playing Conference League football next season. But they do need a point to secure that, but I don't think they'll just go for the point here. I think they will want to sign off the season in winning ways. 70% of Brighton's games this season has produced over 2.5 goals, something that will continue here, as I can see Brighton getting a victory here in a 2-1 win. And to round out Game Week 38 and the final game of the Premier League season 24-25, we travel to Molineux where we have Wolves at home to Brentford. Wolves come into this and after winning 6 games in a row, they have now followed that up with 3 defeats in a row, although they have only lost 1 of their last 5 home league matches. Brentford are the only other team that can finish in the 8th position, which is more than likely they will be playing Conference League football next season. However, to do so, they will need to win here, and they will have to hope that Spurs beat Brighton. All 3 previous head-to-heads at Molineux have finished in a 2-0 scoreline, 2 wins for Brentford and 1 win for Wolves. I think this time round though, both teams will score 2 goals, as I can see this one ending in a high-scoring 2-2 draw. Thank you very much guys if you are still here at the end of my video. I really do appreciate the love and support I've been getting from you guys. Please do continue to like, share, follow, but most importantly, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And just because it's the end of the season doesn't mean it's the end of my videos, as I will be making videos all summer long. Do have a good weekend, guys. And remember, if you don't shoot, you can't score. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.